Come on, come on. Red hot mic. Come on in this house. You're a little late tonight, but we're still here. Come on. Yeah. Come on, come on. Get ready time to do it like this. Come on in here. Yeah. Slow it up. Slow it down. Come on. This is how we do. This is Red Hot Mike. Come on in this house. Come on in this house. Come on in this house. I'm G. Alfred Palmer, your host. And here's a toast to you, the most. And I am the most gracious, grateful, I should say, that you're joining me with tonight's broadcast. Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers, 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 cheers. Here's Red Hot Mike. We're doing it again tonight. We're going to do it right. Get it there. A little later tonight than we anticipated. But anyway, we're here. I'm glad you're here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Welcome to another edition of the Red Hot Mike. I am so glad to be with you tonight. I'm going to see if I can get rid of some of the lights, right? I'm going to get rid of some of that, and so we can get rid of these now. All right, so I'm glad that you're here, and it's time for us to get ready to ruminate, elevate, and activate relative to how we can make our community, culture, and clan a more functional and operational place where we have more victory than viciousness. We're facing some difficult times as you look into the different websites and you can see what's going on around the world. And there's some things that are happening that are very concerning. You know it, and I know it. But we're going to continue to move forward. We're going to continue to move forward because as we do that, what we can do is we can fix what's wrong. So what I've been doing, let me explain to you what I've been doing. Before I explain, let me ask you this. Would you please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell? And the reason why you hit the notification bell is so that you can know when we have we're uploading some more content. Now, along with that, it's important that you understand that when you subscribe and when you like, what happens was it pushes the algorithm up so it can reach more people. And that's our goal. Our goal is to reach people, not so much about me as it is the message. It's the message of reconciliation. And I know a lot of people don't think that's what I'm about. I get hit with it all the time that I don't like women. My mom's a woman. My sisters are women, but I speak out against women all the time. All my posts are against women, which is totally untrue. Totally. Um, and I try to explain to people what we're trying to do here is to address the human development of our people, of humanity, not just our people, but humanity, and stress the importance of how we can fix some of the things that have arbitrarily gone wrong. Not so much arbitrarily, but they've gone. There was no other way for them to go because of the direction that some of us has taken. Um, so what you can do is, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell. Helps us to reach more people. Also, if you want to get the thread to this broadcast, you can go to our Twitter page, and it's listed there. It's TRHM _ GAP. You can find the link to this site, so you can come on and listen and be a part of the program. And also with that, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can go to trhmgap@gmail.com, and you can list any questions, comments, or concerns that you might have. And I get it. I get a lot of questions and comments and concerns, and I get a lot of it through Facebook, and a lot of it is because of the different posts that I make, and what people feel they ask the wrong questions, and as a result of that, they think I'm one way, but not. And so what I try to do is direct them to here, so that they can get a better feel for exactly what I'm saying, because I do things in a certain manner there, in a different manner here, and it's intentional. Okay. Now, along with that, I want to talk about where we are and what we're doing. This is the Masculinity Man Cave series. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I think it's important that men, boys, and males understand. Let me put it in the context that it's supposed to be. Boys, males, and men. Boys, males, and men are all the developmental processes that we as masculine beings go through here in this sphere that we call Earth. And it's in this sphere that we call Earth that masculine transforms into masculinity and brings us into being to be able to have a prosperous and a purposeful and a meaningful life here, and to do and to fix the things that we see in our community, culture, and clan. But mindful. Each one of us is sit here just for one thing. Imagine if we all, 7.5 billion of us, if we all found that one thing that we are sent here to fix, right? If we find that one thing that you were fashioned for, and if we could find that one thing that we were formulated for, this would be such a magnificent place to be. It would be a paradise. But what we're experiencing is the selfishness, right, of humanity, and it's not all selfishness. I'm going to be real blunt. Not all this selfishness. I believe some of it is just basically individuals who don't know, ignorant. Ignorance runs rampant in the human experience. Everyone has ignorance about something. But one thing that we cannot afford to be ignorant of is what we are sent here to do. Because what we're sent here to do is the very thing that's needed to address what the ills in our community, culture, and clan. Imagine in whatever city you live in, if every person knew their purpose and what the reason that they were here and what they were supposed to fix and what they're fashioned to remedy. Imagine what your particular city or town would look like. But we're not in sync. We're not in cohesion with the very thing that we were created to do. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to address here in the Masculinity Man Cave series. We want to address tonight, we want to address the power of vision. Last time we were together, we talked about the importance of masculine vision. This particular broadcast is going to be the power of masculine vision. And again, we're directing it toward boys, males, and men. Why? Because boys, males, and men are at the foundation, at the core. At the core. And if we can get ourselves together, I dare believe that everything else in humanity, everything else in creation will fall in place. But I believe and I'm not talking from and I don't blame women for bucking against what has been, because what has been it's been misogynistic and it's been chauvinistic. That's not what I'm talking about. Even though a lot of people think that that's who and what I am, you don't even know, because you've never even really sat down and talked with me to be able to understand exactly where I'm coming from. I say the things that I say for a specific reason. Okay, and but anyway, what I want us to do tonight is I want us to address the power of masculine vision. Fellas, you need to know that there's power in masculine vision. And what we're seeing in our community, culture, and clan, especially in our media outlets, in the various media outlets, we're seeing more and more denigration of the masculine and masculinity. Masculinity has been anything that doesn't promote feminism seems to be either narcissistic or mental illness or chauvinistic or misogynistic. The place where I'm coming from is none of those things. None of those things. All we're talking about here is how we as humanity can find that very thing that will fulfill our lives and cause us to be all that we're meant to be. So tonight we're going to talk about the power. You know, a lot of people want power. They do. And so we're going to be talking about that extensively. But before we get into it, we have some preliminaries, right? As we always do tonight. Our candle of the evening, as in homage to the transition Kevin Samuels, is the same candle that we had in our last broadcast, which is I can't say the word, apothecary, and it's the charcoal and it's the cedar and sandwood combined with notes of smoky amber and oud to build a Brody full-bodied fragrance. Our extraordinary scents burn clean, enhancing any room with beautiful, simple design. Our candles are made with the high-quality soy wax blend, and they burn between 60 and 70 hours. So, this particular candle that we are burning here goes right here, and it really does add a scent that is very pleasant, very clean, and I enjoy it. I highly enjoy it, and I would apocryphy, I think it is. Okay, and then we always, as we always do, we have a fragrance of the evening. And with every fragrance, as I always do, um, I don't test the fragrances before coming on the air. I want to do them with you, and as I do them with you, I can give you an honest uh, opinion of the particular fragrance. Okay. Now, this particular fragrance that we're testing tonight is called Terra by Vince Cabuto. Vince Cabuto, and the name of the fragrance is Terra. Terra, Terra, Terra. And it says Terra is a fresh woody or origin, or I should say orient scent that reveals a stunning sandalwood note in the base, warm rhubarb, and a geranium, tonka, and vanilla set the stage for the sandalwood's aromatic and mysterious savor. It has rhubarb, tonka bean, sandalwood, geranium, and vanilla in it. And so it is very, I believe it or not, I like this. Well, maybe, but it smells pretty good, even though it has these. I mean, some of these scents you would think, wow, how does these things go together? Rhubarb. But anyway, this is uh, it is a earthy scent without a doubt, with all the earthy kinds of uh, notes that are here. But at the same time, there is a freshness about it. It is a real freshness, and the freshness is a clean kind of freshness. It really is a clean kind of scent. I like it. Again, it is Terra as by Vince Camuto, and it's an oriental, a fresh woodsy oriental kind of scent. Um, I don't know what oriental smells like, but I mean, I do like the smell. It is very clean. So you might want to try it. I like it a lot. Okay. All right. So that's our section that we use to do homage to the transition Kevin Samuels, who I think has set the stage for so many people, male and female, to begin to address some of the issues that are affecting us relationally, and which is one of the areas that I feel a need to approach and to discuss. Okay, so tonight in this broadcast, we're going to be looking at the power of vision. Now, why the power of vision? Because in order to wield power, you should understand power. You should understand the benefits, the dangers, right? The circumstances and the consequences of wielding that power. So it's important that we understand that, so that we have a very personal and individual respect for vision as the masculine, or as for the masculine man, or for the masculinity that is in this earth realm, so that we can have a better understanding of what the masculinity, the vision of masculinity looks like, and how masculinity of in our vision will carry itself out in this sphere. So it's important for us and to understand what happens when we abuse it. So or misuse it. There's a difference between misuse and abuse. Abuse is abnormal use. Misuse is to misuse it. Abuse is to know what it's about and to misuse it intentionally. And to misuse it is because you don't understand how it's supposed to be used. But anyway, that's something else. We want to do the answer wheel. We always have to do the answer wheel because I think it's an important aspect of our broadcast that allows you to gain some clarity for some things that may be going on in your own life. And so what we do is we give the answer wheel a spin, and we give you an opportunity to get that question answered that you may be having, whatever that may be. And so what we do is we get our camera together and we get everything together. And what we want to do is we want to add it into our photo, or should our page. Actually, let me fix the camera. There you go. So you can see it. Now, as usual, and every time we come together, we do the answer wheel. And the answer wheel allows you to get an answer from the universe. Now, some people will say, well, how in the world is that going to help me? That's not going to help me at all. That's foolishness. Well, you're welcome to think that. And there are many people that would think that very thing. But I would say this to you. There are many things in this world that seems to be unusual, and they work just fine. They provide great service. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to use your faith and release your faith and belief and your confidence into the answer wheel. And on the answer wheel, there are some answers. The answers are yes, maybe, definitely, no way, ask a friend, and try again. And what we do is we give the answer wheel a spin and allow the answer wheel the opportunity for us to see what will be the answer to that query that you may have, that you don't know what to do about, but it continues to come about in your life in some shape, form, or fashion. And you really have been toiling with it, with the answer to that particular question. And what we want to do is try to help. We want to try to help with our answer wheel. And as always, takes its time, and that's going to be the answer for tonight. Tonight, the answer on the answer wheel is maybe. Maybe. Maybe this, maybe that. But what I try to give to people is the idea that maybe says that you have a more freedom to operate, function, and to do whatever it is that you feel your gut telling you to do. It gives you liberty, right? Maybe gives you liberty and says that there's not a right or wrong. Not really. But you go by what you're going, if you follow what's inside you. Because I tell folks all the time, to really get an understanding of what is on the inside of you, you have to look inside of yourself. And as you look inside yourself and listen, you begin to get a feel for what it is that what direction that you should go. I think a lot of times people need to get in a quiet place. You know, a lot of folks don't really respect or embrace quiet. You know, they don't embrace quiet. They like noise. They like noise. And it's in quiet that you begin to practice how to listen to the voice that would speak to you, the impression that would come to you. But if you don't take time to get in quiet spaces, you always got to have the television. or you've always got to have the radio. You've always got to have something that's making noise. Learn, and I'm not saying that you can't do that, but once you learn how to channel into that place, then noise won't matter because you know the sound. You become acquainted or intimate, more than acquainted, but you become intimate with that voice to the point that you can know it wherever you are or whatever's going on around you. But it takes us practicing being able to hear. And if we don't do that, we won't be able to hear. So many people don't practice hearing. And you know, there's a difference between hearing and listening. We have to talk about that sometime. Hearing is something that is very, very holistic. And listening is very, very physical. Anyway, that's it. That's it for our answer wheel. Maybe is your answer. Maybe that maybe you should do that. Whatever it is that you're feeling, maybe that's what you should do. And that maybe says that you have the freedom to be able to go ahead and do that. Okay? And feel confident in doing that. Feel confident. I don't know what that is for you right now. I'm not with you. I don't know. But I do believe that you have received. Maybe that's what you should do. Maybe that's where you should go. Right? Maybe. That right there. So take advantage of that. And I appreciate you and coming and being a part of our answer wheel. I'm doing the answer wheel. I really look forward to it. I really do, believe it or not. I really look forward to the answer wheel because what the answer wheel does is gives me a chance to just step aside. That's the way I look at it. I look at it as just an opportunity to step aside. Anyway, the Masculinity Man Cave series. That's what we're doing. We're trying to help fix our boys and our males, to help them to develop and matriculate to the areas that they need to go. For our boys to matriculate to malehood and our males to matriculate to manhood. Because the truth of the matter is, we have a lot of full-grown males that lack the development that they need in the 8 areas. If you look in some of the other broadcasts that we've done, we talk about the 8 elements of human development, the 8 stages of human development. And if you get a chance to do that, look at it. Check it out. I think you'll get something from it. Okay. I'm wondering why my. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Let's see if that works better. Okay. Got some things going on with my camera here. It's looking kind of strange. But anyway, here we go. Again, help me out. If you would, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell. I look forward to this for several reasons. Three reasons: to ruminate, elevate, and to activate. Those are three concepts that are at the foundation of what we're doing here. Because I hear a lot of the content creators that continue to complain about this, that, and the other. I make statements on some of the social medias for effect to get you to think about some things. But the answers to those things are found here. They're found here. It's about answers and not about complaining. I hear so many content creators, showing videos of what the problem is, but not how to get the answers. How to remedy the problems that they are so adamantly showing. And so what I want to do here is, some people they think that I'm a proponent of some of those ideologies. And if you come into this sphere, and if you come and look at my broadcast, you'll see that it's not that way at all. Not that way at all. So what I'm looking for is for us as men, males and boys, is to learn what it is that we have to do to alleviate the problems that we're having in our community. Because at the foundation, we're the problem. Boys, males, men are the foundation of the problem, because we are the foundation of the responsibility. So it's due to that I address the masculinity man cave. I put it forward so that we can come into a space as guys, and we can get a better understanding of what's going on with us. What's going on with us. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay. And I hope you appreciate it. I hope you really do appreciate it. And that's why I need you to help spread the word. I need you to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell, because that way more and more men can get this. More and more boys can get this. More and more males can get this message. Okay, so we want to talk about the power of masculine vision. Now, I'm going to be introducing some things that may sound a little spacey, a little different, but that's important that we learn to stretch ourselves, because all that there is to learn, we haven't already got, or I should say, you don't know everything that you need to learn. So many times we think that what we've got is all that there is, and it's not. What we've gotten or learned or have embraced cognitively, mentally, right? All that we've learned is what's at that level. But there's always another area to go up and go up. And that's why we talk about ruminate, elevate. See, because no matter where you are, you can continue to elevate. And then once we elevate, it's time to activate on a different level. That's why we talk about ruminate, elevate, activate. Okay. And it's important that we be able to do this. So I'm going to be saying some things that may sound a little strange. But know this, that it comes from a place of sincerity, a place of wanting to help. And if you have an ear to hear, fine. If you don't, fine. I'm not speaking to you anyway. I'm talking to the person who has an ear to hear. And so what I'm giving out is for the person that has an ear to hear. Remember, I talked about the difference between hearing and listening. They are not the same thing. Okay? It's not the same thing. Even though we might think that they are. we've been told we're getting hearing tests. When really what you're getting is a listening test, because you're listening for the noise. You remember the listening test? They call it the hearing test, whatever. But really hearing, calls for the totality of the being, spirit, soul, and body. And if we embrace what we hear fully, we're able to ruminate, elevate, and to activate. But if we are just going to use the psychological that we have grasped or embraced through our learning or our experience, our anecdotal experiences, then what we do is limit ourselves to the possibilities that are out there. And so many times what we see is people saying, well, I know somebody. That just because you know someone, you don't know 7.5 billion people. The statistics and the data and the information out there is far more engulfing and embracing larger numbers than the anecdotal experiences that you and I have had. That's why it's important to get information. Okay, anyway, let's move on. The power of masculine vision. Now, everything that comes in this sphere comes from a mind. I'll say that again. Everything that comes to this sphere, this environment, this atmosphere, has come from a mind. A mind is very, very important, because the mind that created all things has had to come up with the thought process and the idea for all things. So the impetus of all things is mind. This mind is energy. But we'll talk about the energy piece in a minute. But this mind is mindful. In other words, it's a mind that's full. What is it full of? Everything. That's why we call it mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability of actively knowing everything at the same time. Well, does that sound familiar? It should. Because mindfulness is the creator, is the universe. Everything operates in concert with each other. We've got to understand how that happens and how that occurs, though. So anyway, mindfulness is critical, because mindfulness creates energy, which forms mindedness. Now, that's important. Mindfulness creates everything. But in creating mindfulness, the mindfulness that created all things, in creating all things, every particular thing that's created has a mindedness, not a mindfulness. It has a mindedness. And that mindedness is a specific idea, a specific sphere of knowledge, of mindedness. It's only one thought, one thing. Mindedness. It is the operation of one specific thought. The Creator has mindfulness, but the Creator intended for us to have, the Creator has mindfulness, but the Creator has intended for us to have mindedness. And that mindedness is targeted thought. That's what mindedness is. Targeted thought, which forms vision. Now, understand this. Mindedness is a targeted idea. And this targeted idea comes with you when you were created. This idea is what we call purpose. See, you're not an accident. I don't care what anyone says, you're not an accident. You're a very intentional idea that's sent to remedy something specific, targeted here. And that targeted idea came with you. It's called purpose. That targeted mindedness, that targeted thought has a picture. And that picture is called vision. Fellas, listen. Every one of you have vision. By virtue of you being here, you have vision. If you didn't have vision, you wouldn't be here. You have vision because you have something to offer this environment, this atmosphere. There's something that you and you alone have been sent, you have been designed, you have a mission and an assignment. I call it DNA. It's attached to you just as much as your DNA, which makes you up. Your DNA makes you up as well. More so even. Because it gives you more. It gives you everything that you're looking for. Meaningfulness, productivity, prosperity, fulfillment. Everything that you're looking for is found through your masculine vision. Now, listen, this vision has been something that has been with you all your life. It's not something that just occurred. It's not. Vision is the result of universal thought or universal mindedness, targeted mindedness. The mastermind, the creator who is the mastermind, gave you mindedness. And that mindedness is a targeted thought on how you are to fix something. And the thing that you are designed to fix, only you can do it. No one else can do it. That's how important you are. You've got to understand the importance that you bring here. And it's nothing that you can brag about. There's nothing that you can be boastful about because you had nothing to do with it. It's all that the Creator has purposed, planned, and wants you to pursue. And so you're looking for happiness and fulfillment. You're looking for joy, prosperity, right? You're looking for your needs to be met. It's not going to be found in any dreams. Dreams are the language of the unconscious. Vision is the language of the conscious and the aware. Are you conscious? Are you aware? Then what's your vision? Now, you've got to understand this about vision. Vision is always lawful. It never breaks the law. Anything that you think that you see that breaks the law is not vision. That's a nightmare. It's not vision. Vision operates on principles, and principles formulate laws. Okay. Natural and civil. Now, not so much civil, because civil law has been manipulated by mankind, but natural law supersedes civil law. So if you operate in principles operate higher than laws. So if you operate by principle, the principle of love, the principle of peace, you can never violate law if you operate by the principle of peace, the principle of joy, the principle of love, the principle of service. If you operate in those principles, you will never violate law, natural or civil. And see, what you do is, when you operate by principle, there's certain things that get put in motion for your protection. Okay. There's the force. There is the force. Force comes to ensure basically that what you're rightfully doing takes place. Okay. So force gives you the legal right to operate in the function, and it enforces everything that is right and good to manifest. But there's consequences to if you don't. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So there's when we start talking about the idea of doing what's right, okay, we're talking about doing what's right. That's what's important. You doing what's right, not what's good. Because a lot of people will get you to do all kinds of things that may seem good, but it's not right. So it's important for you to understand that vision is the key. Vision is what keeps you focused. You see that. And it's for you to insert, inject, pierce, and penetrate. That is what you're to take in, and only a boy, male, or man can do that. Vision is, listen what I'm ready to say, masculine vision can only be done by a boy, male, or man. A girl, female, or woman cannot institute masculine vision because you don't have the design, the mission, or the assignment to do so. Vision paints the intent, motive, and mentality the universe directs. It's like vision is a Renoir, right? Or Van Gogh, or one popular, whoever your popular painter is, and it's like a painting that the universe has done, and that particular painting is specific for your life. It's specifically for that mindedness, and so it gives you a vision. I tell people all the time, it's important to write vision down. We're going to talk about why writing vision down is important too. We're just not going to do it tonight. Vision is a detailed and specific finish of the mindfulness of the Creator, who gives specific empowerments to fulfill vision's assignment, mission, and design. We talked about that already, right? Vision is a detailed finish, completion. See, what you as masculine vision, what you do is you see the finish of it. Now, where we're living is not the finish. Where we're living right now seems to be totally diametrically opposed to that finish. And it's intended that way because you need the feminine vision in order to get there. Because you don't have the wherewithal to strategize how to get there. That's why she's so detailed the way that she is, and she thinks the way she does. That's intentional. That's intentional. See, you need her as much as she needs you. She doesn't have vision. You do not have strategy. You need her. She needs you. She needs you. Okay, so vision is a detailed and specific finish of the mindfulness of the Creator, who gives specific empowerment to fulfill assignment, mission, and design. Mindfulness is at the forefront. Mindfulness, then mindedness. And mindfulness and mindedness creates energy. Now, when we look at energy, everything derives from energy. Everything around us has energy. The power of energy is frequency. The power of energy is frequency. So if we find the frequency, everything has a frequency. If we can get to the frequency of a certain thing, there will be harmony, balance, equilibrium. And what's neat about us is that we have the ability to fluctuate in frequency, but only in the things and in the areas in which that fits into our mindedness. You can try to fit into anything and everything, but it won't work. That's why it doesn't work. Only the things that are important and necessary for your particular vision will allow you to find the frequency and harmony and equilibrium. So energy is important. The energy that you need to fulfill your vision is critical. Now, it's also important to understand that all energy derives from binary energy sources. That's why when we talk about vision, there is a masculine and there is a feminine aspect to vision. Why? Because everything comes binary: hot, cold, on, off, light, dark, right? Everything, but now we have people that's saying that they're non-binary. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as non-binary. Where is it? Everything from a foundational standpoint in this sphere operates from a binary energy source. Either it's masculine or it's feminine. Or there is no two. There is no two in one. There is none. Okay? Okay, so energy. The energy does two things. Energy creates, energy forms. Energy creates, energy forms. Those are two different things. We're going to talk more about those later. But energy creates and then energy forms. It's important to understand that fact. Energy creates and energy forms. We'll get more into that now later. We're not going to do that tonight. All right, so let's talk some more about vision relative to leadership, because a lot of guys want to lead, but they fail to realize that, and they use religion to validate their leadership. And what's happening now is that ladies are not following that crap. And I don't mean crap, I mean they're not following that ideology. None of it. Because in its realness, it's either chauvinistic or misogynistic. And they're tired of it. Listen, what makes you a leader is not religion. No. What makes you a leader is vision. And if you don't have vision, guess what? You abdicate leadership. You're not fit for leadership if you have no vision. Now, what we're going to talk about, and I've shared this with you before, gentlemen, is that coming into our online institute will speak further and more intimately relative to How do we go about gaining vision? How do you get vision? How do you regain it? Because it was alive to you at once. What happened? We want to talk about that. Vision is not misogynistic or chauvinistic. It's not. We talked about that. It is not. Vision is goal oriented. Vision is operational and functional properly. Proper operation and functionality in this sphere so that we can remedy the problems that we have. See, this is why I tell people all the time that vision is the most important thing. It is the most important thing because it's the reason that you're here. There's so much to go over. I want to talk about the responsibilities of vision. Let's talk about that real quickly. Everyone has one vision, not multiple visions. One. Every product on the face of the earth has one function, one operation. Now, you may use it for other things, but that's called abuse, especially if you know that that's not what it's used for. When you stand on a chair and use it as a ladder to reach something high, that is abuse. It is abnormal use. You know what a chair is used for. It's used for sitting, but you have chosen to abuse the chair. And that's what we do with vision. That's what we do with vision. We abuse it and then think we can use it any other way and that's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're abusing it. So you've got to find out what is the true way it's supposed to be used. How do we use that particular vision? How do we go about bringing it into fruition? We don't misuse it. See, misusing it means, and see, this is what happens. Some people just do things that are good and try to fit it and say, see, this is part of my purpose. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know what? As soon as you let it go, we'll find out that we'll see that it's not, because it'll fall apart. Anything that's derived from vision and purpose is sustainable. It's sustainable. Vision limits our desires. Well, how does vision limit your desires? Because vision establishes boundaries. There's certain things that you will and won't do because you know that what effect it'll have on vision. So vision, true vision, limits your desires. It guides your footsteps. True vision directs your desires because your desires formulate from vision or formulate from purpose. I've said this before and it deems repeating, and that is vision is masculine. It's a masculine concept. And if you are not masculine by design, now I'm not talking about by operation, I'm talking about by design. Design means something that came here, right? Not your feelings. See, because your design is a type and shadow of the type of energy that you've been sent with by the universe or by God or the Great Spirit or whoever you want to call. But your physical body is a type shadow and a reflection of that energy that has been assigned to you. Now you can change it, and people are. They're changing it. But you changing that does not negate the original idea. You can take all the equipment you want and take a Toyota and put Mercedes-Benz product in it, features, tools, whatever. It's still a Toyota. You can change everything you want, but it's still by the design. See, because the design of a thing comes from the mind of the maker of it, not anyone else. It doesn't go by your feelings or your parents' feelings or anyone's feelings. It goes by the intentional design that you came here with. So masculine vision is masculine. Feminine vision is feminine. And we're going to talk about the difference of it. Vision comes from the creative energy outside the sphere of gender. We talked about that already, right? Because vision has nothing to do with gender, but with function and with operation. And operation and function has nothing to do with gender. Gender is put on when we come into this sphere, and we take masculine and we take the E off and we put on the ITY and we put on masculinity. Masculinity puts on the degree, the scientificness, the scientific method, the chemical breakdown of everything, including masculinity. And part of masculinity is vision. Vision. See, we want to think that, and I had this debate or a conversation briefly today with someone that was talking about that manhood is learning how to cook, how to clean, how to, and I said those are feminine things. He shouldn't be learning that from the father. He should have learned those things from you. Talking about sons. Okay. He needs to be able to learn how to do those things, but those are feminine qualities. He should learn that from his mother, because she's the expert in those areas. Okay. Understand that the difference between masculine and feminine energy is important. Vision cannot be changed or altered. You can't change your vision. It's the reason why you're here. And it's because of that, people are not fulfilling vision. And what's happening is, when you don't fulfill vision, what we do is we abdicate, we shorten our time here. And as I said before, it's just like any product that's on the market. If it malfunctions, it's recalled eventually. If it can't be fixed, right, it's recalled to the parent company. Vision established boundaries and limitations. We talked about that already. The power, force, and dangers are established by vision. This is what I was talking about before. When we look at vision, there is power, there is force with vision. Okay, we're talking about some of that because within the power, there's certain things that force, that vision will enforce. And it will enforce it because of that which is just, that which is legal, and that which is right. See, vision operates that way. And those things is the force of vision. Right, just, right? And it has to be right, it has to be just, and it has to be purposeful. We talked about this earlier. Without leadership, without vision, leadership is abdicated. You can't lead without it. We talked about this also. Implement it lawfully. There is no law that can supersede vision, not on this in this realm, because vision operates by principle and not by law. Now, again, understanding what a principle is. A principle is a foundational and originating source of a thing. So if we want to operate, see, all law comes from legality or that which is right. Right is a principle, right? That which is right is legal. Legal is a principle. Laws operate underneath and are formulated from principles. So if you operate in principle, you will never violate laws. You can't, because principles supersede laws. Used correctly, the power of vision is undeniable. There's nothing that can be refused if we operate within vision. What do you look now? Listen, and this is what came to me, and it's kind of repeating something I said before, and that is, we don't have a need in this world for all these rappers. It's just not needed. But these people have dreams of being rappers. What I tell you about dreams? It's a language of the unconscious. We don't want to be unconscious. And it's because of people who are unconscious, they can't find purpose. I don't care how successful they are or appear to be. It doesn't sustain it. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Okay. Let's talk real briefly about the assignment of masculine vision. And some of the things we've already talked about. Vision is a boy's birthright. I'll say that again. Vision is a boy's birthright. Masculine vision is a boy's birthright. Let me be specific. Feminine vision is a girl's birthright. Say it again. Masculine vision is a boy's birthright, just as feminine vision is a girl's birthright. Her birthright complements your birthright if you find the right one. But you can't subvert the assignment of masculine vision. You can't. You can't subvert it. I got so much more, and we're running out, and I'm just time. I'm going to go real quickly here with these last ones. The danger of vision. The danger of vision is unrealized vision will destroy a society. Look what's happening around us. Unrealized vision destroys a society. That's undeniable what we're experiencing right now. People have to find vision. And remember what vision is. Vision is purpose in picture form. You need to write that down. Vision is purpose in picture form. Unrealized vision will shorten one's life. Because as long as you're fulfilling vision and doing that which is bringing that to fruition, it means that you're like any other product, you remain viable within the marketplace. useful in the marketplace, marketable within the marketplace. And when it's time for the product to move off the scene, there will be another product standing on that product's shoulders to take us to the next level. Unrealized vision leads to frustration and disappointment. So many people are disappointed and frustrated with their lives because they don't know what their vision is or their purpose is. And as a result of that, they're looking all over the place. It's this MLM, this entrepreneurial venture, this, that, this, that, this. They never settle because they don't know what they're doing. They have no vision. Without a vision, the people throw off restraint. In other words, if you don't have a vision, there will be no order to your life. There will be no restraint. There will be no limitations or boundaries. You'll do anything because there's no vision. And that frustration and that disappointment leads to all kinds of catastrophic results. We've seen it. We've seen people that we've thought that had everything, all the accoutrement, everything that you think that a person should be, that they have everything that you think that a happy person would have, and yet they do massive harm to themselves. Some even ending their own lives because they got everything and they think, well, is this it? Well, if this is it, and I've got, what else is there to live for? Well, it's because you don't understand that the vision, you don't have a vision. You had a dream for something, but that dream was your dream. It was not the vision of the creator. It was not the universal vision that was given to you. Mistaking, let me see, let me move back up. Mistaking vision for strategy will lead to disaster. Mistaking dreams for strategy leads to disaster. Some of us dream things and we go out and do them. Listen, that's wrong. And that's because you're going by dreams and not by vision. You need vision, okay? All right. Mistaking dreams for vision will lead to shipwreck. A dream is not a vision. We talked about it. Attempting to confiscate another vision is impossible. You don't have to be fearful of anybody. You know, they're gonna. You better copyright that because no. See, you're operating on laws. I'm operating on principle. Well, they're gonna. No, they can't steal anything. They can't steal anything. They can't do it. They'll shipwreck first. The advantages of vision. The advantages of vision is that fulfilled vision ensures your success. Fulfilled vision ensures your fulfillment. Vision promotes masculinity and decreases femininity in boys, males, and men. Masculine vision promotes masculinity and decreases femininity in boys, males, and men. Fulfilled vision guarantees life's success and satisfaction. Fulfilled vision leaves an indelible mark on the community, culture, and clan. I'll say it again. Fulfilled vision leaves an indelible mark on a community, culture, and clan. And lastly, vision calls one to serve and not be served. If you're looking for someone that you queenie, and you're looking to be served and someone to wait on you, you have the wrong idea. You're not here to be served. You're here to serve. You're here to serve your vision to others. Gentlemen, you're here to serve your vision, not to be served. You king, you the man, thug, the man. No. Excuse me, no. That's not it. Far from it. Now, that's it for tonight. But I want to say this. I want to say that I'm skimming it. I'm skimming the top of it because, again, the Online Institute goes into what we're talking about a little bit more not a little bit, a lot more intimately, to enable us to get a better grasp of vision, masculine vision. We need masculine vision. We need men that are not intimidated by the council culture. Men that are not intimidated by females. Men who walk lockstep with women and are able to lead women, and women are able to operate and function with them because she understands the vision. Vision is not taught, it's caught. As she catches vision, your job is to impregnate her with vision. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll come back around to that. Okay? That is the working together of the masculine and feminine vision. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for being with me. I need you to help me out. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell. And again, let me put in the email address and all that good stuff so you can have that. And it is tickering underneath the screen where you get our email address where you can send any questions, comments, or concerns. It's also where you can. I need to also add on there our Twitter page as well. So if you want to come in and get our the link to this program, so that we can go to the chat room. You can come into our chat room and we can chat respectfully, right? Again, so I'm gonna put that down there as well. So you'll have that as well. So I'm going to bid you adieu. I hope you got something out of this, and that we'll again we try to upload at least 3 broadcasts a week, and sometimes I'm not able to because of other prior commitments and other things that I'm doing outside of this. But I try to do that at least 3 times a week, at least. And sometimes I'm not again able. Now I also have 2 other channels, so I stay quite busy along with my businesses as well. So a lot going on. I don't sleep a lot. Okay. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. Until the next time, peace.
In our current global climate, we're facing challenges never before experienced by this generation. Oppositions where no one seems to have clear directions or answers to the risks facing us. Confrontations like racial and gender unrest, political gerrymandering, toxic leadership, economic crisis, global pandemic, health threats, pre-existing medical conditions, isolation, boredom, and loneliness are driving people to desperation. As a result, people are confused, afraid, anxious, and perplexed, and they need answers to some tough questions and even tougher situations. They are looking into different outlets for answers to gain assurance and consolation. Some have drawn closer to the embrace of family, while others look more towards their friendships, education, and even religion. What we need is a fresh voice of truth and clarity, and not a stale religious echo from the past. There's a re-emerging voice on the horizon that isn't afraid to stand alone and give spiritual and mentally sound direction to a world searching for answers. G. Alfred Palmer offers a voice of sound human development and empowerment to those willing to hear. There's a need for new ideas to old principles, a perspective from a timeless origin, but with current vision, a thought leader who understands what it means to stand alone and speak truth when some are hard of hearing. But if you've been waiting to hear a voice that opens the gates of freedom and breaks the shackles of confusion to allow you to step forward into the dawning of a new and exciting future, then it's time to bridge the gap with Dr. G. Alfred Palmer. He is a dynamic speaker, thought leader, and entrepreneur, equipped to elevate, expand, and extend the development, empowerment, and leadership of his audiences. He stands ready to speak at your next event. His delivery is guaranteed to refresh, entertain, and transform. G. Alfred Palmer bridges the gap from uncertainty to the purpose, to passion, and leadership. Book him today for your next event, and you won't be disappointed.